Hello my darlings, welcome to the video. Before we get started, there may have been some technical issues when it comes to the sound during the making of this video. By technical issues, what I mean by that is I somehow muted Discord and the game, so all you can hear is me talking. So I'm going to narrate over it, so all you hear is me talking, because that is their solution apparently. But we start off with this beautiful modern art piece my sister had installed. I am not particularly a fan of modern art, but apparently it works. I mean, it brings some life to the beach, well, I suppose, I guess. But she actually built a house, and it's this thing right here. And I actually quite like the design of it, to be honest. Especially one thing I truly like is the amount of windows in here, because the natural light is absolutely gorgeous, and especially because of this roof. This roof will definitely shelter you from any sort of weathering conditions. And of course, in typical me fashion, I decided to mess with my sister by just removing a block, which I then replaced, I would like to add, but apparently the punishment for this is death. So she brings out her axe, I bring out my beautiful iron sword, and we fight valiantly. A battle of the ages. They will make movies about this. Well, oh, never mind, she killed me. Yep, that happened. But revenge is definitely in my nature, so I create these lovely 5 holes that she actually didn't discover for absolutely ages. Then I go off and breed the cows, which I'm pretty sure are all related by this point, but apparently Minecraft thinks that's fine. Before sailing off to a large cave system that KQA found previously. And she wasn't lying when she said it was large, so I jumped down and somehow don't kill myself, which is rather unusual for me, let's be honest. I find a lovely single piece of iron, but it falls, so of course I have to go retrieve it. I dive down into the depths below, go off and fight a zombie who didn't really put up much of a fight, to be honest, before collecting my prize of 1 single iron ore. Reunited, I give KQA some sisterly love before we find this very dark, deep despair chasm, and my sister asks, hey, can you build a bridge? And obviously I do know how to build a bridge, but I make her build one to prove that she knows how to build a bridge, because I'm clearly the expert. And then we find this purple paradise, which with music on full blast has partially deafened me, but now we have loads of shiny purple objects. Then my sister had technical difficulties of her own, and to help with this I gave her a little stab. Unfortunately that did not help, and she ultimately disconnected, leaving me all alone. Yes. So to fix this I decided to build a very deep cave, and it worked. She rejoined the game. To celebrate this, we threw some doors over the edge of a lovely cliff before KQA decided to disconnect and leave me all alone once again. But I decided to actually press forward with this because I know what I'm doing by now. I know I'm safe. Yes, I may have found a couple of zombies, but it's fine. I have a sword, I've got some armor, and I know definitely what I'm doing at this point. There is actually a lot of zombies. Oh god, yep. No, there was a lot. Ah, now there's a skeleton. Oh, yeah. Yep. And that's death number 2. Back at base, I find a boat that KQA made previously and head back to the cave, where before retrieving my stuff, I decide to fall from a great height, and here comes death number 3, less than 5 minutes before death number 2. But apparently KQA knows instant translocation and brings me back to the same spot I was. Definitely not by any cheats of any sort. We go to see if my stuff is still there, and besides the skeleton wearing my armor, it sadly was all gone, including the 5 blocks of terracotta I have stolen from her house and all the shiny purple objects I collected. KQA trusted me in defeating a zombie, and I actually did it without any which, yes, I know, I am also quite surprised at. Before finding this hole, and yeah, I didn't die though. I didn't die. KQA throws with some blocks and I make my way back to the service relatively unscathed. I build yet another pointless tunnel because apparently I like doing that, and then I find my sister staring deeply down another hole and deciding that I know how to hold shift and not fall off the edge, but what do you think actually happens next? If you thought I fall down a hole and die, you would be correct. Well done to you. Death number 4. Oh god. Now obviously we have to retrieve my stuff, and apparently to resolve this you throw some water down there and then you go down the waterfall, which I actually make down in one piece. Yeah, I know, right? Some things have gone right in this video, okay? But then I find a room of lava and some shiny red stones. So I want the shiny red stones, and I also made a slimy friend who sadly then also decided to commit suicide, which made me very sad. But I followed in its footsteps and decided that I wanted to try and swim in lava. So here it comes, death number 5. Yep. Now back at base, KQA decides she doesn't want to bring me over to the cave, and it is probably the safer option. But then I discover this cute little message, and I thought it was sweet, so I decided to rearrange some of the letters for her to find later, because I'm such a lovely sister, aren't I just? I relaxed on the beach with Meowston over here before being rejoined by KQA, who decided to give me some punishment for the trauma I had put her through. I let this happen because I deserved it, but I did not realise that she destroyed my bed and I came back to spawn, having to fight my own way through the wilderness. Yes, I did deserve it. I can't be mad. It was kind of funny. I'm surprised that's the least she did, but I made it back somehow unscathed, which at this point I'm just surprised at. We go off and find some red clay so she can redo her buildings, but I decided to do a bit of patchwork of my own, which again was not taken well, as I received another stern talking to from KQA, this time without any death involved. So to end on a positive, I actually did compliment her on her craftsmanship and the imagination she has put behind building this house, because it's given me like Chinese temple vibes, and I can dig that. I like that whole sort of thing. The architecture is actually quite beautiful. But the sun was setting, it was getting late, so we decided to call it a night in the game and in real life, and that is when I see the text, and it really shows how much I fucked up. I ended the game with less than what I started with, and how the hell do you do that in Minecraft? Apparently you can, where you drink a bottle and a half of wine before playing the bloody game, so my advice, don't do that. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Pray for my sister, because I think she's going to need it when having to deal with me, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.